Now then, how's everyone doing? Good to see you all. 50 shows, 50 live streams. Mental. Thank you so much for coming back and supporting it. It's crazy. Don't feel like 50 shows, I'll be honest. How's everyone's day been? And also, just for the record as well, we are on Facebook for the first time. So I'm a little nervous, I'm not going to lie. How's everything going? Is it working? So I'm pretty certain all I can see are the YouTube comments at the moment. So Facebook comments, I'll probably be able to maybe have a look at during like any time that I'm not on full screen. So we'll just see. If you're new here, please smash the subscribe button. That would be massively appreciated. Oh wait, I can see Facebook comments. That's crazy. Hello everyone. So if you're new here, I do a daily live stream, and I have a new guest every single night, and I'm trying to showcase as much talent and musicians from all walks of life. And yeah, it's whoa, the comments are really flooding in, mainly on Facebook. That's crazy. Maybe I've missed a trick. I should have been on Facebook all along. But I don't know. If you are on YouTube as well, maybe just drop a subscribe. But yeah, like I say, I've been doing these live streams every single day. Decided to ditch Dave and Joe. Oof. I can't believe you think I'm more professional. That's brilliant. Thank you very much. Wow. 50 shows, eh? So I was asked to play this song last night, and I just ran out of time. I spent too much time talking and just waffling on. I'll do a Sunday meeting with all the regular people in the chat and stuff, and we collect our thoughts and work out where things went wrong and where things worked and whatever, and we just have a bit of a laugh. It's really good. Simon Andrew, mate, good to see you. Okay, so I'm going to play this song for Steve-O. He asked me to play some Coldplay last night, and I didn't. Look at the stars, look how they shine for you, and all the things you do, 'cause they were all yellow. I came along, I wrote a song for you. Oh, what a thing to do, 'cause it was all yellow. So then I took my turn. Oh, what a thing to have done, 'cause it was all yellow. Your skin, oh yeah, your skin and bones turned into something beautiful. And you know I love you so. was for you. Oh, what a thing to do. 'Cause it was all I drew a line for you. Oh, what a thing to do. 'Cause it was all yellow. Your skin, oh yeah, your skin moves to something beautiful. And you know I blew myself dry. For you I bleed myself dry. And it's true. Look how they shine for you. Look how they shine for you. Look how they shine for you. And it's true. Look how they shine for you. Look how they shine for you. Look how they shine for Look at the stars. Look how they shine for you. And all the things you do. 'Cause it was all yellow. Thank you so much. Cheers. Wow, there is quite a lot of people here, so that's great. Army of Friends, they've obviously united and sent a sea of people. That's so cool. And if anyone else has joined from Facebook and stuff, thank you very much for coming on over. And but yeah, it's just awesome. Brilliant. Thank you very much, Sarah. Thanks, April. That's really kind of you. I missed the Dunwell show tonight. Normally I tune in every single night, but I've just been absolutely stacked out today. I've been sat at this computer all day from 6:30 right the way up to now. So I missed it. But that's no problem. I will always watch it back. Right, I'm going to jump right into tonight's guest and introduce him. I don't want to put him on the spot, but I bet this guy knows pretty much every song in the world. And it wouldn't surprise me if he could rattle through them all quite easily. He's a very talented musician. Keep losing connection though. Head over to Facebook to the YouTube channel if you're struggling, and maybe it's working a little better on there. I'm not sure. All right, Shane, are you ready, mate? Yeah, let's go.
Hello.
Hey. Hey, man, how's it going?
Good, man.
Good to see you.
Yeah, you too.
Back in the sunny UK.
Oh yeah, living life. 13 degrees tops.
Yeah, man. You how are you coping in lockdown and stuff? Because it's a slight change of pace for you, really, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah, big time. It's all right. You know, there's plenty of stuff to do, even just around the house, isn't there? Watching live videos, doing live videos. Yeah, that's the gist of it.
Absolutely. So, do you want to maybe, I don't know, fill the people in and let them know kind of where you were at just before lockdown? Because, I mean, I probably know about as much as them guys, to be fair. You were quite cryptic when I was messaging you. You were limited to what you were allowed to say at the time, for whatever reason. But the main thing is you're home safe, and that is the main thing. But yeah, I'd be interested to hear what actually happened.
Yeah, so I was musical director on the Morella Explorer, which is TUI's sort of biggest cruise ship, and everything was just going absolutely fine. Because obviously, when you're in that kind of world, you're in a bubble and you're sort of out of the loop a little bit. So we hear dribs and drabs about what's happening, like there's a pandemic and this and that, and we expected something was going to happen. What we didn't expect was how quickly. So it's a case of one day we're all at work having a great time, and then the next day suddenly we've got to disembark all the passengers and get them all home and repatriate them and everything. And once we managed that, Spanish Islands went into lockdown, so we're all stuck on the ship. And it was a case of then we were in limbo because all of the borders were closed. So we just had no idea what was coming next. And obviously we couldn't work. We had to lock down the ship and close off certain areas and things. And we had social distancing on the ship. We stuck to all.
You weren't at first.
Yeah, they were really supportive. Obviously, it's not ideal for anyone being in that environment. But,
Yeah.
They did what they could. Did Morella and Ted Group that I work for as well were really good to look after us and make sure we were fed and watered and everything. But it's psychologically quite a test.
I can imagine, mate, because you have all of the amenities and everything you possibly want on that boat, but the long and short of it is it's not, you might have general comforts and stuff, but they ain't the same as like home comforts and knowing where you are and exactly like when you're actually going to get home and that kind of thing. So that must have been quite a whirlwind for you, really, and like for everyone else to be sent home and you're just kind of just sat scratching your noodle a little and just been like, what do we do?
That's the thing. We had stuff to do. Obviously you can still you can do all the office admin stuff, and then there's deep cleans and things like that. So we did have stuff to keep us occupied. But it was the fact that you don't know when things are going to happen, and no one knows why things are happening. But the ship and TUI and Morella and everyone, they knew as much as we did. They told us everything as soon as they found out. But the whole company was stuck in complete limbo until we eventually found out that we could sail to the UK. But it was unusual.
Just remind us what ship it was that you were stuck on again.
The Morella Explorer.
The Royal Explorer.
Yeah, Morella Explorer.
Morella, sorry.
Yeah.
That must have been surreal. And was there some kind of was the talks of the reason why you're potentially not to leave the ship is mainly because things could go back to normality sooner than expected, that kind of thing? Was the expectation to be like...
Yeah, it's kind of what we were hoping for at the time, because no one really knew how out of hand it was going to get, and we were expecting that maybe it would work out and we'd be able to resail, but then we found these things out sporadically, and it was the point of eventually, when we did find out, we found out sort of too late, and that was no one's to blame but the pandemic itself. It's one of those unpredictable things. Yeah. So at the end of it, that's when we had a couple of weeks of thinking it might go back to normal. We might have to go home for a bit and then come back and whatever. But then, ended up being stuck in this surreal world. But like
how long were you supposed to be out there for? If the pandemic hadn't have happened, should you still be like doing a full season of most of the year kind of thing, or what?
I would be different. I would be on there until the 22nd of May was the end of my contract. Then I was due to come back for a break, and then I was going to go on another contract from the 4th of July. So I would have had this little bit of time now. I would still have been on the ship now, but then I would have had a good few weeks at home at this point. So it's not so bad.
No. Well, like I say, the main thing is you are home safe, along with the rest of the passengers and the crew and other members of staff and people that you worked alongside with. That's, things were put into place to make sure everyone was back and safe and whatnot. So that's something though, innit? That's the main thing.
Yeah. And the point was having a positive mindset really helped. Like just knowing, even though we didn't have an end sort of goal in mind, it was a case of just take every day as an individual day. Get up, do what you can to stop yourself from going insane. Make sure you're eating and looking after yourself. And it would have been very easy to fall into a bad place there. But lucky enough, a cruise ship, it's like having a little family with you. So you've got all your friends and everything. Even if you can't physically see them, you can message them and call them from your cabin phone and stuff. So it was good to have a support circle. I could just say as well, I do feel it's worth saying there are still, I think there's like hundreds of thousands of crew still stuck on ships around the world as well.
It's just bonkers, isn't it? It's just insane. I mean, you were saying that they have like certain jobs and roles that they have to still carry out. The ships can't just sit
back because there's not a lot entertainment can do when you don't have any passengers.
Yeah. So how often would you be entertaining on the ship then if things were normal? Like, would you do a couple of sets a night?
Yeah.
What's your main role?
It varied depending. So my role was so I was a piano vocalist at first when I joined, but then musical director. I'm in charge of a team of musicians, so 2 bands, 2 soloists. We looked after the music, the live band for the shows in the show lounge, like the big West End style productions and that kind of thing. And then we have like a party band on doing 3 or 4 sets a day, sometimes more, sometimes less. It just depended on what the need of the ship was. So for me, I'd try and get myself doing as much as I could. It's usually like, you have like a venue for the night where you might do 4 sets of whatever, and you can theme sets and stuff. So I'd do like a Billy Joel tribute set, an Elton John tribute set, that kind of thing.
That's awesome. You get your star glasses out and and all all that. That's cool, man. You've always been extremely talented, and you're quite the piano player, but you play an array of instruments as well, don't you? And you sort of dab hand at a bit of everything, and amazing vocalist. And I remember even like, before you started doing the cruises and these kind of higher profile shows, you used to we always used to bump into each other at the Moorlands in Ogden at the open mics. It was just really good to see, like, well, you had such an eclectic array of music you'd play anyways, so it was kind of always destined to fall in that form of entertainment, because you were quite happy just playing absolutely anything and everything, and always did it justice as well. It was really good.
I think the key is to just no fear, just go in, guns a blazing, go for it.
That's it.
If you do it wrong, no one's going to notice. It's fine. Just pretend it's jazz.
Yeah, it's jazz. Yeah, I was going to say, it's a jazz version. Very good, man. Would you like to maybe jump into a song, and then if there's any questions in the comments, because I can see both Facebook and not Instagram, YouTube comments. I didn't think I'd be able to see all of it, but I can. So if anyone's got any comments or anything that you want to ask Shane, then drop them in the comments, and I'll do my best to relay them over to you, because I know you probably won't be able to see the screen because you're running on your little phone as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I can't see anywhere, so
that's fine. I'll do my best to get the questions or anything over to you. But yeah, if you'd like to maybe take away for your first song, that'd be cool.
Yeah, cool.
What are you thinking of doing tonight? Are you doing covers and originals, or?
I've got a couple of originals. I could do a couple of covers as well. There's one cover I do want to do. It's by a band that I'm kind of obsessed with at the minute. Have been for a few years actually. They're called The Lone Bellow. You might not have heard of them.
They're called what? Sorry.
The Lone Bellow.
All right.
Yeah, and they're
can't say I've heard of them.
No, they're not exactly like a super successful commercial band or anything, but they just write really nice songs. But they're very like they're kind of similar to your brothers, Joe and Dave, in the way that they harmonize and the way they write as well is kind of like a nice folky, emotional kind of songwriting style. So I'm going to do one by them in a little bit, but I think I'll start with an original one, if that's all right.
Definitely, mate. I'll look forward to hearing this. Nice one.
Yeah.
You take it.
I've only ever played this live once, actually, and this was the one time I played this live was a good few months ago. I think it was last year, and it was when it's a funny story actually. I missed I showed up late to your brother's gig in their studio and couldn't get in, but then went for a beer with them afterwards, and they were like, "Oh, we feel so bad. Tell you what, if you come and support us tomorrow, you don't have to buy another ticket." So like, yeah, all right, cool.
Fair enough. Yeah, someone's already put in the comments they think they recognise you from that show.
Yeah. Well, hi.
Hello.
Me again.
Nice. So, yeah, that's cool. Right, I can honestly say I've not really heard any of your original material, so I'm really looking forward to hearing this.
Awesome. I'll turn my reverb up. while the world still waits for us. We do our best to not give up. We'll run out of time, the time won't ever stop. No, it never will. No, it never does. While we wait for wounds to heal, will we learn just how to feel? Rip the band-aid off and then fall out of love. No, we never will. No one ever does. No, we never will. No one ever does. Sometimes when you're laying down, you can feel your head spin around. If you close your eyes real tight, you'll be alright. Stay strong, stay proud. Don't ever let nobody down. 'Cause no one knows just how long we'll be here at all. No one ever did. No one can recall. Be bold, stand up. Scream as loud as you can shout. If we never give in, then we never lose. We don't play the game you don't get to choose. Sometimes when you're laying down, you can feel your head spin around. If you close your eyes real tight, you'll be alright. Sometimes when you're laying down, you can feel the world spin around. If you close your eyes real tight, you'll be alright. You'll see every time. You'll be just fine. You'll see tonight. You'll be alright. Cheers.
Wow. Well done, mate. That was awesome.
Thank you.
And the crowd goes wild. So have you yet to get used to the weird silence at the end of live streaming? You know, obviously when you perform,
It's
you're
really
waiting for people
strange.
to be like,
I've been making my girlfriend Alice sit in the corner so she can just go.
little golf clap in the corner. Nice.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Very good. That sounded great, mate. Really, really nice. Getting a lot of love in the comments. It's good. I've popped a few on the screen as well as we go along. But yeah, that's really good. Where would you? When did you start writing your own original music? Is that a new sort of thing, or have you sort of always kind of done a little bit?
Actually, I did it for ages. I mean, when I first started sort of learning my first 2 or 3 chords on instruments or whatever, I started writing then, but it was really bad lyrics about going out getting drunk with your mates, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I was a teenager at the time. But yeah, I'd say like I first started properly writing songs when I was sort of like 18, 19. So a good like 12 years ago now. But I feel like recently I've not written that many because I've just been so busy with traveling and working and things. But yeah, I feel like the best time to write is when you're going through something. So it always seems to be when there's a big sort of moment in my life. I get, wow,
a bit of a milestone.
I'll bang out like 5 songs in a week and then not write anything for another 2 years.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'd be lucky to write a song as often as that, to be fair. Sometimes when the well is dry, it really is dry. So that's cool. We've had a question saying, have you had to change your style of music or the way you do things since you've been doing cruise ships?
In a fashion, yeah, sort of. Yeah, kind of. You can. I've had to adapt to a lot of things. Like I've always been good at like jamming out with bands and stuff, but the more I have to do that, the more you adapt and learn different styles, different ways. You've got to basically play to your crowd a lot more. And the way I find it's easiest is just strip it back and give them exactly what they want. Like if the kind of crowd you look around, like in my first set in the night, I might try I'll try like a big ballad and maybe a rock song, maybe a blues song, and sort of gauge it in that first set. You can sort of feel what kind of vibe you're going for in the room, and then you have to adapt a lot more. But I'd say that the way the style changes, they tend to like a lot more of the upbeat stuff. So like if I was doing a gig back here, I would do big ballads, emotional stuff, the kind of things that I love to sing and play. Whereas on this chip, a lot of it's like you've got to do a lot more pop music, Robbie Williams stuff, Brown Eyed Girl, that kind of thing, and more of your like honky tonk blues and all that kind of stuff. But it just depends. Like you can get away with doing what you want. Just you might have to strip things back, tone it down a bit, that sort of thing.
I was going to say, does it change from night to night? Because obviously you've got like same kind of clientele, really, or do you think that people go see different stuff? I've done a cruise for my honeymoon. Actually, it was amazing, and the entertainment was unreal. And we just went and watched pretty much the same band every single night because they were just so good, and they had such an array of music. Like they would do like tributes and things like that. So do you kind of do? You actually did mention that you said you kind of mix it up, and some nights you might do theme nights and whatnot.
Yeah, so like I love playing them. I love Billy Joel songs, and that's one of my big things. Is like I learned a lot of Billy Joel songs sort of coming up and everything. So I get away with that by doing a Billy Joel theme set. So if people want to come and see it, I won't do any during the week, but then they'll have that one night and it's advertised in their little cruise news pamphlet. And they'll go, Billy Joel. So you've got kind of a guaranteed audience that you can pull in because there'll always be those people who expect that kind of music in a piano bar. So you can do it that way. But theming sets seems to work. You get a good audience, but you tend to get your there'll be a group of people who come on the cruise and think, when we go on a cruise, we like to watch the piano bar. We like to watch the piano bar, and they'll kind of follow you around then. So you always get people who latch on, but I said the difficulty is trying to get a new audience in every night and trying to appeal to the people who are just passing through as well. So that's where I said the adaptability comes in then. So you've got to kind of really, really watch the room and focus on if you do a song with one group of people that start singing along, you think, right, that was a take that song from the 90s. Maybe they want another 90s song. Try that. Maybe we've got an audience who might have been going to dinner might say, oh, you know what, actually, let's stay and have a couple more drinks and watch this guy. So
So you've got to gauge.
It's all about reading the room.
That's obviously that's a task in itself. Never mind just like learning such an eclectic amount of different songs, having gauge a whole room and work out where it's going to go and all that kind of thing. That must be quite a mission in its own right.
Yeah, I'd say that's the part that was the big learning curve, was that.
Right.
So like before I was so used to let's say I was doing a wedding or a pub gig or something, and you rock up and you've got your list of 20 or 30 songs that you would do and you think these are guaranteed to fill the floor or whatever.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you go to song.
Like up here, especially if I'm gigging in Yorkshire, I kind of know my audience already and sort of know what they're expecting. But then if you go, you've got a different audience from different places all around the world every single night. You can't do that anymore. So I had about 30 set lists planned out, and I might start one of them and then do 2 songs and then get requests in or change it. And so you can't really plan or structure a set anymore. That's a bit different.
I just seen a comment from Gary Linley who said, I remember Shane telling me that he has the ability to hear a tune and then immediately play it back on the piano. Now that's a gift. Is that true?
Yeah, yeah.
What? Come off it, mate. That's bonkers. So what, you could hear something on the radio, like pretty much first ever listen, and then just rattle through it.
Yeah.
Like a buskers version, if not better.
Yeah, basically.
That's crazy.
The only thing I struggle with is lyrics. That's why I've even got, like I said, for my own songs, I've still got my lyrics written down here because I cannot remember them for the life of me.
Yeah.
But the music, like, it's fine. Like, you were playing Yellow earlier on, weren't you? When I was in my little green room warming up. So I just played along with you. You were in a totally different key, though. You were doing it in what, B flat?
Yeah, I'm half a step down, so it'll probably be
in B flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
Well done.
Totally different key. Never played the song in that key before, but you can just sort of, as soon as you get your tonic note, you can hear where it's going to go. And
that's well good.
I used to do the same thing. You mentioned the open mics at the Moorlands.
Yeah.
That's what I used to do there. It'd be you or Joe or Dave or even Simon. Sometimes I'd go jump on the piano and I'd just whatever.
I remember the struggle. It was real. At one time, this was before Simon invested in microphones for the acoustic piano. We would literally be all like hovering around it, like hanging SM58s into the top of the thing and trying to get this perfect sound, and it was just near on impossible. But and then Simon eventually invested in some proper mics. But that was
but it was
always
fun,
good.
wasn't it?
It was always great times there. Yeah, it really was.
How long ago was that now?
Oh, I don't even know.
Got to be over 10 years.
2000 and 2012. Was it just before? Yeah. I think it's something like that. I'm
long time
ago. I'm not actually sure. Yeah, I think it might have been about 2012 that I finished doing it. I don't know. But yeah, it was really good. I loved it there, and the people that worked there and the people that came time and time again to watch the open mic. It was a really cool little like knit of people. It was well good. Right, we've had another question. How do you manage to get into the cruise ships? And what is something you wanted to do or something that you drifted into? Something like that. I can't really see my screen very well. Basically,
sort of
how,
like,
you got the gist.
How did I end up there, and was it something I planned on doing? Yeah. So cruise ship wise, it'd always been on my mind anyway. But basically, I work in IT by trade. So normally I work in IT, and a friend of mine was like, "Why don't you work abroad? You know, you've got the skills and everything. You can see the world." And so yeah, I'll give it a try. And he was working for a company called Ted Group that I work for, and he got me an audition in Milton Keynes at their head office. Got chatting with the guy, went down. He said, "Yeah, great. I'll see what contracts we've got." So he offered me a contract as a piano player in the lobby bar in a Sensatori resort. So it's a 2-year hotel in Turkey. Yeah. So I took that. Did it. Took a friend of mine, Jack O'Malley, over. He was my guitarist as well. So you sort of very much just playing the one bar every night, like 3 or 4 sets a night, 6 nights a week. It was a nice sort of gig, and I thought, yeah, this is great. Cruise ship wise, I've not really thought about it. I thought maybe that's something I'd end up doing. But then it was literally a case of I got back from Turkey, and a couple of days later, I got a phone call from Glenn Tortolano, who was my sort of direct contact, sort of my agent manager type guy at Ted Group. He rang me up a couple of days after I landed and just said, "Yeah, how do you fancy going to Barbados on Sunday and doing a month on a cruise ship? Because we need someone to cover." Like, cool, that sounds great. It literally just kind of happened. And then I went, I loved it, and I really got along with her. There was my mate Cam, who's a cruise director on there, really, really nice guy. And literally, couldn't ask for a better manager, basically. So we got along, and he said, "Right, we want you back." And then I said, "Yeah, I want to come back." And you have to do a training course to work on ships called the STCW. So you have to learn how to fight fires and turn over life raft and this kind of thing. So I had to come back to the UK to do that, and then did what ended up being a 9-month contract on there, and then another 6-month contract, and then hopefully another one. So yeah, it just kind of did just happen. It wasn't something I always thought about, but it happened a lot faster than I thought it was going to. But it's awesome.
By the sounds of it, it just completely snowballed, didn't it? It was just like one thing after another. One thing led into another.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a little bit jealous. I'm not going to lie, mate. The fact that you get to do that, but you know, that's incredible, mate. And you're definitely suited for it in the sense that you're basically a human jukebox, really, aren't you? You can pretty much play anything, and which is ideal.
That's what my friend used to do. Whenever I played at my friend's bar, Circle Lounge in Halifax, he used to advertise me as the human jukebox. So I'd literally do a gig and I'd just stand there and say, I'm not playing anything until you ask me what you want me to play. So it'd be 100% requests all the way through.
That's insane.
Yeah, quite fun.
That's all good. Great.
Yeah, if anyone's watching and thinks, I'd really like to work on cruise ships, just feel free to like my page, drop me a message, and I can give you loads of info on how you can get into it.
Mate, that is extremely kind of you. I've just put your Facebook and your Instagram.
You're better off going to Facebook
on the
and check that more. So yeah, if you drop me a message, anyone who does want to get into it, then I'll give you all the info you need.
I'll drop you a message later on today, mate, and I'll find out all the further details that I need to know.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Would you like to play another song for us, and then we'll just sort of pick up the chat again. I think I've missed a few comments, so if I have missed any of your questions, guys, please, if you drop them back in the comments. That I've never seen the comments. Yeah, there's too many comments going on. It's quite funny, really. It's never been this mad. So, but yeah, if you want to just maybe drop another song, are you going to do an original or a cover, or what?
I'm going to do the cover now. What I wanted to do. So this is that band called the Lone Bellow. If you haven't heard of them, do look them up because they are amazing. And like I said, they write really kind of emotive songs. So I'm going to just do this one now. It's quite slow, quite emotional, kind of ballady, and it's just something I really enjoy singing. But it's normally played on guitar, so playing it on piano is going to be a bit different. I did have a little go earlier on, but yeah, we'll just see how it goes.
Nice one. Look forward to it, mate.
All right. So this is called "Watch Over Us" by the Lone Bellow. Watch over us. Watch over us. When my hands are tied, my strength is gone. Mama, you're my baby, shrouded in sorrow. You have your time. Who has tomorrow? So watch over us. Watch over us. Father, your sameness lives here in me. I don't need no crown. I don't need no glory. You had your life. That ain't my story. Sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down, sometimes I'm almost level to the ground. My baby's sleeping, sleeping in peace. So watch over us. Watch over us. Watch over us. watch over us. Thank you.
Mate, that was beautiful. That's so good.
Cheers, man.
Really talented guy, mate. Honestly, so talented. So what you say that this guy's not hugely known, or like kind of, is that just is that the sort of influence that you take these days more so, or are you you know, have you just stumbled across him through a playlist on Spotify or something like that, or is he someone that's
Yeah,
pointed
sort
in,
of, I think I
you know,
saw him on
someone
Jules
pointed in your
Holland.
direction?
Like, yeah, it was a very long time ago. I saw him on Jules Holland, and I thought they're really cool. And I've just kind of followed them since. But it sort of allows you to kind of branch off into things that you wouldn't normally play, because especially with being a professional piano player now and taking it very seriously, like the product that you deliver is very much pop covers of well-known songs, and it's nice to draw some inspiration from something that's not so much well-known, and you can tell it's written sort of for them as opposed to written for a mass audience. So yeah, that's the kind of thing that I liked. If I'm just going to sit and play for myself, I like to sit and play that kind of thing.
Absolutely, yeah. That's it. It sounds you deliver it really well. It sounded really good, mate.
Yes,
so we've had another question, and I can't find it, but I'm sure it was something along the lines of where's your favorite destination been so far on the cruises, and is there anywhere that you would like to go?
Oh, it's tricky. There's so many. So I spent the sort of longest time I spent was in the Caribbean, and there were some nice places there. I'd say Bequia, St. Vincent. It's a tiny little island in the Grenadines, and the ship can't even dock at the island. It has to dock offshore, like anchor, and then you get the little tender boats across. That was lovely, because that's like, if you think of a Caribbean island, like a postcard Caribbean island, that is it. So Bequia, St. Vincent was cool. But I'd say my favourite sort of locations have been in the Baltics, and sort of, I mean, Iceland was great. So that was quite a good experience, climbing a live volcano and sitting in a thermal stream. That was quite nice. But I'd say for me, I love European cities. So Copenhagen. Yeah, Copenhagen is my favourite. Definitely. It helped that every time I've been there, it's been really nice weather. And you literally get off the ship, you can get these little electric scooters, and you pay for them through an app on your phone. It's kind of like getting an Uber, but it's a scooter. And sign it up, it charges like 20p a mile or something, and you can just go around the whole city. And it's just so I like the whole like green ethic that they've got going there. Like you can rent a kayak for a day for free, as long as you come back with a bag of rubbish that you've picked up from the canals that you've been kayaking in.
That's well
that
good.
Kind of attitude that they've got. They're quite forward thinking with the whole environmentally friendly thing. But yeah, that's one way. Plus, great beer over there too.
Yeah. That's definitely one way of doing it, isn't it?
They said where I want to go. I want to do one of the Morella Discovery ships is doing the whole east coast of America with some overnights. It's got like New York, New Orleans, Tampa Bay, things like that. So yeah, that'd be a cool one to do. I think that would be my plan for the next couple of years, is try and get on that.
I suppose that's a good leading question to this one that's just come up, saying, are you ambitious, and where would you like to take your talents?
Yeah, I'm ambitious, but I'm also realistic. So it's a point of I know that my career could go quite far. Being a musical director on a ship is a really, really nice job to have, because you sort of feel, because I've been a manager before in the IT field, and it always felt like that was the one thing that was missing being a musician. Was I kind of lost that feeling of being like a leader and looking after a team. And now I feel like I've got a perfect balance between both of them. But I say my ambition would be to sort of develop further the kind of thing that I could look to do in the next sort of 5 or 10 years, is maybe like a flyout act or a tribute act or a solo act of some kind that can get a decent income. But like I said, being realistic, I'm never going to be a superstar. I'm never going to get in the charts. It's not my kind of thing. My kind of thing is more expressing myself at the same time as making people happy. And there's nothing better for me than playing in front of a room full of people and they appreciate what you're doing, no matter what it is. So I could play other people's songs and be just as happy as playing my own, as long as I get that response, get the crowd on my side. So I think, ambition-wise, I love what I'm doing now. I'd just love to still be doing it now and not be stuck on dry land.
Yeah, obviously there are certain, things preventing that right now, but obviously looking forward, it's you're likely to get back into it, but you're definitely very much jumping on the live stream, performing, aren't you, as well? So if people
Yeah.
want to find you performing, are you doing a regular stream at the moment, or are you just doing like the odd one here or
Well,
there?
I've been doing some streaming for the virtual pub. A friend of mine who's she was my guitarist on the ship, called Tara Sims. Her friend in Leicester started this virtual pub online. It's ended up with nearly 30,000 members, this group. And they do like live streams. They've got all kinds of stuff. These quizzes and discos, karaoke, all sorts of things. And I've been doing a bit on there. Great. So that's quite a nice outlet, because we can do what we want as well. I did a Billy Joel theme set, so I did a whole hour of Billy Joel songs, which I think is probably still somewhere in the ether. I think you can probably find it online. Yes, I've been doing that. I've not done any streams for myself really, because I'm just not. I don't know why. I'm still adjusting to real life.
Yeah, maybe you should do the odd one here or there, but if you're getting satisfaction from doing it, and obviously you've come on here tonight, which I'm mega grateful for, and you've done your virtual pubs and stuff, then as long as it's fulfilling the need, especially obviously, you say you're getting stuff done around the house and you're able to take a bit of a step back from music and get little things done around the house. It's ideal, isn't it? There was another question, and again, I've lost it somewhere in the sea of questions and comments and all that, but I think it was from Imi, and it was asking, how did you get into music in the first place?
Okay, cool. Oh, that's a memory test. I remember I was in school, and I sort of started playing a little bit of bass guitar, because my brother got a bass for Christmas when he was I think he was 15 or something. And I just kept nicking it and saying, "Oh, this is cool. I might have a little go at that, whatever," because I thought it was a cool thing to do. And then we're in school, and I think it was year 8 music, and they gave us this right hand thing. We all had a keyboard. I'd never played a keyboard in my life, and they gave us this little tune, this something like that, this little blues thing. And they said, "Oh, you've got to come up with a left hand to it." And they gave us the notes, and everyone was just doing this kind of thing, just single notes. And I just came up with this.
No.
How did you do that? I don't know. I've never played in my life. You never had lessons? No. So it was actually my music teacher at school, Mr. Ellen, he was called, and he recommended that I get piano lessons. He said, "This is something you're really good at." And then went and begged my mum and dad, "Please, can I have some lessons?" Luckily, they knew someone. So yeah, sent me to this Richard Thies, awesome teacher, by the way. If you're in Halifax and you want a piano teacher, Richard Thies, best teacher in the world. But yeah, he got me right up there, learning all the classical stuff and everything, and it just kind of, from there, I found my thing, and I was only 14, 15 years old, and I was like, this is what I want to do.
I'm pretty sure I didn't pick up the guitar the right way around. Never mind, play a chord. You're there playing the blues straight off the bat, and I'm struggling to I think I held the guitar like this.
Just bashing it.
Yeah, bam, bam. That is crazy, mate. Well done.
Yeah, I think it's just the way my brain works. I think I was just always supposed to do something that needed a bit of ambidextrosity and a bit left and right side of my brain working in tandem with each other. It's just something I've been able to do my whole life. So I suppose that was kind of a bonus. The fact that the thing most people struggle with is getting the hands to do different things. I could already do it for some reason. So I think that's why it kind of just made sense to me.
You might have been really good at doing that patty thing.
Oh yeah, that's a school. I just spent every day doing that in primary school.
I'm a professional piano player,
I want to be a musician.
I'll be honest, I really struggled to do that at first. It took me a few seconds to work out what it was I was doing, and then eventually I got there. So we've had a quick question from Greg Silverwood, who owns a incredible venue in Otley, which you should all go support when it reopens, called the Rookery. He's a lovely guy and an absolute diamond, and he's always supporting live music.
Hi,
he
Greg.
really is.
I love you to bits, and I miss you.
If you could ever listen, if you could only ever listen to Billy Joel or John Mayer, which would you choose?
Oh God! This is how
much quick fire now.
It'd definitely be Billy Joel.
And there we go. Right. We're going to start rounding off the show. So, what, again, I may have missed a few questions, and apologies if I have. Do you want to do another tune for us? And I'll just sort of have a look through the comments and see if there's any questions, and then we could maybe do a quick fire to finish up if there's a number of questions.
Yeah.
But honestly, mate, I've thoroughly enjoyed this tonight. You've been amazing to talk to, and
Thanks,
sounded
man.
incredible.
It's been good fun.
So yeah, I'll hand you over. And they said this is going to be another original tune.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide which one I want to do. I can't remember half of them anyway. Yeah, cool. I'll do another original one.
Cool. Take it away, mate.
All right. Closing all the doors and opening the windows. Watching the thunderstorm and drinking out my coffee cup. The TV's on so I don't feel alone. It's been so long since I've been on my own. One breath from giving in, you come back into my life. I'll make a promise to you now, someday I will see you right. So in a drunken haze I wander home. So much has changed, it's no longer my own. What's his name again? The man inside thinks he's always right. The one who made it so much easier to give up on the fight. He hasn't changed since 1969. I guess we all get angry though sometimes. Never found time to say you'll never be the one to give your game away. Remember how it feels to turn and run away. Swallow your pride. Don't run and hide. You run out of time. So here we are again. Windows closed and the door is open wide. I hear a faded voice saying, come and get yourself inside. They moved away in 1999. I guess we all get desperate though sometimes. Here's where to look for them. They're in a cemetery down in Birmingham. You should probably go and make your peace with them. Send a prayer their way. You'll make it there someday. When it's not too late. Cheers.
Woo! Yeah. Amazing.
Loving the energy, Matt.
Mate, I love the little improv solo. I'm not sure you were just like totally feeling it and just absolutely rocking out and just doing your thing, man. It's great.
Yeah, I completely forgot I was even doing this. I was just in the moment.
It was really good. It was really cool. Yeah, man, honestly, I'm so grateful for you taking the time out to come hang out and play, especially some original music. I'm really glad that you're still writing and you're still doing your thing, man. Are you planning on recording any of it and maybe releasing some of it down the line, or not got the time?
Yeah,
I guess we've got the time now.
In the future, I've been steadily buying everything I need to get some little bits of recording done during the lockdown. But then, obviously, as soon as we can go free again, I'll be making an appearance in your little studio.
Nice. That'd be sick.
Which I did say before. Yeah, I'd love to come and record some stuff.
Well, we were planning on doing a live session, weren't we? Yeah, we were going to do a live session. Obviously, we're making the best of it now and doing it this way. But we between your seasons and stuff, you were going to come in. Obviously, circumstances have changed slightly, which is fine. But I'm genuinely grateful for you to come on and even play it in this format. I've thoroughly enjoyed it, mate. It's been well good.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been awesome.
Right, I'm gonna finish up with a song. To be honest, I'm gonna do another original song of my own as well. Is there any sort of anything you would like to sign off with? Anything you'd like to say before you sort of head out? Or
no, just to everyone watching, thank you so much for watching and keep supporting me and my fellow musicians while we're in this difficult time, because we do need support. We need you to not forget about us. We're still here. We're still here to entertain you. Matt's doing a great job. This is your 50th live stream today.
I know, it's absolutely today. Yeah, so, I know, it's insane.
Yeah, 50th one, isn't it? So that's good going. So well done, Matt. And this is for you.
Thank you.
Round of applause.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers for having me, Matt. And yeah, stay positive, everybody.
Nice one. Thanks, Shane, mate. I really appreciate it. Speak to you soon. Take care of yourself.
Bye.
I'm going to finish up with a song, another original song. If you haven't already, please go show some love and support to Shane. He did also mention that he's willing to give any advice to anyone that's maybe wanting to get into cruises, whether that be, I'm assuming, in the entertainment industry, which is potentially a good little gateway for you there. So please go show some love and support at the very least. And then if you do want to get some information about that, like he said, he'll be happy to help you out. His socials are on screen right now. I'm going to play a song to finish up the evening. Thank you so much for all coming and supporting the channel tonight. It's been a really lovely little audience, and I'm mega grateful for the continued support. It's just mental to think that I've done 50 of these in a row. If you're new here, please consider subscribing to the channel, and maybe even go look at some of the backdated live streams and check out some new music from people. I'm going to play an original song called Atlas Stark. And if your heart's in the right place, then your time is now. People say we can do all kinds of things, but if your life's gone the wrong way, it's time to turn it around. Hindsight is a beautiful thing, don't you think? Nothing in this life will come free. You get out what you put in, something's got to give. Do you remember when you were young? Did you think that you'd be something more? 'Cause I know that I did. So strong, we are so. And if your mind's in a dark place and you're searching for lights, get up, get out. never give it up. You know that you can trust in us. Hindsight is a beautiful thing, don't you think? Nothing in this life will come free. You get what you put in something's got to give. Do you remember when you were young? Did you think that you'd be something more? 'Cause I know that I did. We are so strong, we are still holding on. You remember when you were young? Did you think that you'd be something more? 'Cause I know that I did. So strong, did. So strong, did. So strong. Do you remember when you were young? Did you think that you'd be something more? 'Cause I know that I did. We are so strong, we are still holding on. You remember when you were young? Did you think that you'd be something more? 'Cause I know that I did. So strong, did. So strong. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. Please tune in again tomorrow or whenever you guys are free. I know there's lots of live streaming going on at the moment, and you know, everyone's out trying to support everybody. And you know, I don't want anyone else. You know, at the end of the day, just go support who you want to support and just enjoy the live music. And you know, I'll hope to see you all soon. Hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow. Take care of yourselves, guys. Bye.